Assalamualaikum, Encik Roslan. These are all our group members. Our group chose question number 1, the issues and challenges of ICM in Malaysia. So basically, these are our members, Hanis, Mazmin, Shima, Umi Sajda, Dini. So after this, you will see our table of contents and the what do you call that, the presentation. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Assalamualaikum, Encik Roslan. Saya Nik Dini dari ZCME. Okay, as a introduction, okay, in Islamic capital market, market transaction are carried out in ways that do not conflict with Muslim belief and the religion of Islam. Okay, here based on Islamic law, market must free from riba, gara, maisir, ethical practice such as manipulation, hoarding, artificial price hiking, and also prohibited element according to Sharia such as alcohol, pork, and pornography. As market become more complex and sophisticated, so it need a supportive infrastructure. Okay, for example, in Malaysia, we have a Sharia Advisory Council that established in 1996. Okay, this council consists of qualified individuals who can present the Sharia opinions. This council also need to tolerate level of mixed contribution from permissible and non-permissible activities towards revenue and profit before tax of a company, such as the benchmark is 5%. 10% and 20%. In terms of development and growth in Malaysia, Malaysia is recognized as the forefront in Islamic finance. Okay, Malaysia is the first country in the world that have a dual system of banking and finance, conventional and Islamic. Okay, as we can see from the diagram, Islamic capital market in Malaysia are developed and grow rapidly. Sharia compliant asset, as we can see, accounted for 60%, almost to 1.9 billion ringgit. The share of Islamic asset capital market also increased by 1.17% in 2018 compared to 2017.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to Encik Roslan. I will present about the challenges in Islamic capital market. First challenges is public awareness. People in Malaysia are more familiar about the conventional market more than Islamic capital market such as Islamic banking. Plus the level of understanding of the concept of Islamic capital market would be the factor that would determine people acceptance of the Islamic banking system. However, as a country with majority of Muslim and the minority is the non-Muslim, the understanding and acceptance of the concept may differ among these two groups. Majority of the Muslim understand only the basic concept of Islamic capital market, which is Islamic banking, which is they only understand the Sharia compliant parts only. Other than Sharia compliant parts such as suku, they need to have knowledge and get exposed more detail about each of Islamic financial product and service for better understanding. While for minority non-Muslim in Malaysia, which not familiar with Islamic term, will have no idea what is Islamic banking is all about, and they will thought that Islamic banking is only for Muslim. Next challenge in public awareness, people in Malaysia have a wrong concept toward Sharia compliant financial contract. For example, some investors have the perception that the income and profit received from the investment made in the sukuk contract will give them fixed profit. However, its actual fact, some contracts such as musyarakah sukuk may not give profit at the end of the tenure period. Next challenge is in the structure and feature of Islamic finance. There is need to strengthen the development of Sharia legal frameworks that offer better social value and uphold the risk-sharing spirit in Islamic finance. Next, for the structure, it tends to be complex and involve many parties. For example, like sukuk, due to the complexity of issuing sukuk, some investor and issuer do not want to be involved in sukuk contract like hybrid sukuk.
Assalamualaikum to Encik Roslan and very good day. My name is Umi Sajidah binti Ahmad Bustama. I will present about the challenges for Islamic finance in Malaysia. Okay, I will touch point on challenges in human capital development. As we all know, Islamic financial industry has grown rapidly over the years in our countries. And according to the source from Bank Negara Malaysia, our country will provide job opportunities for about 12,000 practitioners of Islamic finance industry. However, based on the Critical Occupational List OCL 2017-2018 reported by Talent Corp and also the Institute of Labour Market Information and Analysis or ILMIA under the Ministry of Human Resource of Malaysia. One of the critical occupational lists is in Islamic finance sector, which are the occupational is financial and insurance or takaful activities personnel. Therefore, there is challenges in human capital development in our country because the growth of Islamic finance in Malaysia is not followed with the development of additional human capital, as the industry faces a huge shortage of experienced Sharia scholars. And this issue we have to address this issue to the policy makers or the regulators concerned. Okay, the next point for the challenges in our country in the Islamic finance industry in our country is challenges in higher costing. The complexities in financial transactions requires higher costs. It is because due to the requirement of fulfilling the regulatory and also the supervisory structures in the Islamic finance product or instruments. Such as for sukuk product, the process is quite complex, multi-layered and also tedious. As for example, for the sukuk issuer, they have to bear high amount of cost in order to issue the sukuk to finance the large project. The cost including legal and professional fees, Sharia advisor fees, cost of due diligence exercise, cost for stamp duty, taxes, and many more. Because this process involves many parties such as the Sharia advisor, the consultant, accountant, and many more.
Assalamualaikum, a very good afternoon, Encik Roslan. Okay, in terms of prospect, today, Islamic finance in Malaysia is a dynamic industry that is widely regarded as a competitive alternative to conventional financial solutions. There are now diverse local and foreign players in the market. Islamic banking now comprises more than 20% of total banking sector in Malaysia. Okay, from the slide, we can see that in terms of government role to spur Islamic market, the 2019 budget speech, Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance actually, announced the extent of double tax deduction, additional expenditure incurred by the companies issuing retail bonds or sukuk. Also, during the budget announcement, it announced double tax deduction for additional expenditure incurred when issuing sukuk under the principles of ijarah and wakalah. In addition as well, they also propose a special committee on Islamic finance to be led by the Ministry of Finance with members comprising from Bank Negara Malaysia and Securities Commission. Alright, next, under the government role to support Islamic market as well, budget announcement, a total of RM1 billion SME Shariah compliant financing scheme was introduced to finance exporters of halal products to overseas. This is to assist the SMEs to use Shariah Islamic finance to export their product overseas. In addition, government also improve Islamic governance and the rule of law. We can see a lot of Sharia board, advisory and so forth in Malaysia. And as well, government promotes growth of the global Islamic capital market in Malaysia, where large funding for infrastructure development using Islamic finance being seen in Malaysia. Okay, in terms of innovation, Islamic wealth management, social enterprise development via the Wakaf model was introduced, and the market close alignment with sustainable and responsible investment. You can see whereby the Wakaf model being introduced in the market, and then in terms of product development of equity and venture capital funds, as well as branding and marketing and in an international context was introduced in Malaysia. These are all actually to assist Malaysia to boost the usage of Islamic banking, Islamic finance in Malaysia. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day. My name is Nur Hashim Hamza. We'll go to the next point, public perception and awareness. Under this point, the rejection or unpopularization towards Islamic financial due to perception by people to products and services offered, such as sukuk, banking activities, equity, and etc. And this perception arises because of the public awareness not enough communicate, or we can consider as a low level of outreach towards individual consumers, local and foreign investors, and the companies itself. And some research mentioned that the level of awareness are at lower level, meaning, for example, Muslim only knows the Islamic product and service, but they don't know why they choose, what are the contracts concerned. They only choose just because of he or she is a Muslim. Meanwhile, for the non-Muslim, they realize this Islamic financial exists in the market, but they don't know what the products and service offered. The next point is Sharia Human Capital Development. At this point, all financial transaction of the product and service must be approved, assessed and monitored by people who have well versed in Quran, Sunnah and other related sources. Therefore, any issues, activities, process is either the activities or the structure involved must be through Board of Sharia Scholar together with the top management and most probably policymaker. And at this require further training and skill development to upgrade their input to handle all the issues arise. then the expectation of the industry can be fulfilled with dedicated and qualified workforce. And for the last part from our group is conclusion. As a conclusion, ICM is indeed a growing and vibrant sector in Malaysia. Although there are various challenges affecting the growth of ICM in Malaysia, such as the complexity of the structure and lack of strong Islamic legislation, nonetheless, Malaysia remains competitive in this sector. Malaysia has a positive prospect in terms of ICM growth, backed by good government and support and availability of sound, stable Sharia compliant framework.